Good morning, everyone, or some of you, good afternoon. Welcome to the reading workshop lesson for Thursday, December 17th, 2020. The materials that you'll need for today are your pencil, a student copy of the text 1 and 2 that I linked in the framework for you, and your reading journal. If you don't have these, go ahead and pause to gather them and then come back and press play. Okay, now that you're back, let's discuss our objectives. I will review the opinions, reasons, and evidence strategy. We will determine the importance of the opinions, reasons, evidence strategy and how to use it with the text. And then you will synthesize and determine the importance of the information and the layers of information within the text to gain a deeper understanding. Readers, we looked over this information yesterday, and today I want to review the information and go over it a little bit more in depth so that you'll be able to understand how we go about finding the author's opinion, reasonings that back up that opinion, and then the evidence that they use or the facts that they use to support their reasons that support their opinion. Okay. When reading, it's good practice to pay attention to the details and layers of information and what an author is giving you within the text. Take a look at this anchor chart here. Sometimes when determining the main idea, it may not be clear, but instead it's implied. When the main idea is not directly stated, here's a strategy that you can use. You'll want to work through the details that the author has given you. You can determine or infer main idea by doing this. You first would look at the evidence within the text. What facts did the author use? Then you will find the reasons that the author is using to back up their ideas. The evidence supports the reasons, which supports the opinion. A lot like this ice cream cone here. If you notice, the evidence is holding the reasons, which are underneath and support the opinion part of this ice cream cone. Whenever the opinion is implied, you would first look at the evidence within the text, then the reasons that are backed up by the evidence, and then work your way from the cone to the top of the scoop to determine the opinion or the main idea of the author. This is for whenever main idea is implied. But sometimes the main idea or opinion is abundantly clear. And when this happens, you may be trying to gain a deeper understanding of the opinion. So you would start at the top of the ice cream and list the author's opinion and work your way down to the cone or the evidence part. First, you would restate the opinion given by the author. Then you would find the reasons that the author gave within the text that support the opinion. Then you will find the evidence or the facts that back up the reasonings. Depending on how the text is organized, it may make sense to build up to an idea or opinion or back up the opinion with the information given within the text. There are a few questions you can ask yourself when determining the opinions, reasons, and evidence within the text you're reading. What is the author's opinion? What reasons support the author's opinion? And also, what evidence did the author use to support the reasons? Whenever you've answered these questions, you can summarize the information you've learned. You can also infer the reasoning or the opinion that the author might have by answering the questions about reasons and evidence. Remember, the opinion is always backed up by facts. Let me show you an example here. I'm going to read the text out loud, and then I'm going to model how I found the opinion, reasons, and evidence within the text. Influential advertising. Have you ever stopped to think how many places you see advertisements for products to buy, places to visit, or movies to see? Sure, there are plenty of commercials interrupting your favorite TV shows, but you probably don't realize how many other ads you see. Advertising is everywhere, on posters, in our mail, on the internet, even on the sides of buses. But how does advertising influence us? For one thing, ads make certain products very familiar by showing them to us again and again. For example, there are many brands of soda on the shelves, but if you ask people to name the first two brands that come to mind, 90% of them will say Coke and Pepsi in either order. Why? Because those two companies have spent the most money putting their products in front of us for many years. Advertisers also influence how we think by giving us reasons to buy their products. For example, An ad's message may be that if you buy a certain product, you'll look better, smell better, be more fashionable, be more popular, have less to worry about, or have more fun. This may or may not be true, but if the ad makes you think that the product will be good for you in some way, then it has already influenced you. Sometimes advertising can influence us in positive ways. You might learn about new foods that are healthy or about new time-saving technology. You could discover a great place to go on vacation or be influenced to give money to the Red Cross. Advertising also influences people in negative ways. Beer commercials have led teens to think it's okay to start drinking alcohol, which is both illegal and dangerous. Advertising also influences people to buy things that they don't really need and cannot afford. Companies need to advertise to let us know about their products and services. However, we need to make smart decisions and not be influenced too easily by the commercials and product or print ads we see every day. Okay, so I've read this article and I need to find the layers of information within the article. There are many ways I can do this. I can find the evidence and reasoning first to find the author's opinion, but I could also look within the text to see if it's stated directly. Well, I believe that the author stated their opinion directly within the text. Right here. The author states that companies need to advertise to let us know about their products and services. However, we need to make smart decisions and not be influenced too easily by the commercials and print ads that we see. So, the author's opinion, as restated, is that we need to make smart decisions and not be influenced too easily by the commercials and print ads that we see every single day. Well, how did the author support this opinion? The author gave us reasons that support this opinion. The reasons stated within the text, I've underlined here in green, okay? The author states that the advertisements influence us or have major influence over us and how we choose to buy or what we choose to buy, and also influence how we think and influence us in negative ways. How does the author know that this is what advertisements do? Well, the author used evidence to show us that these reasons are legitimate. The evidence was found all throughout the text. Evidence underlined in red, such as ads make certain products very familiar by showing them to us again and again. The two companies, Coke and Pepsi, have spent the most money putting their products in front of us for many years. And that's the reason that most people say Coke and Pepsi are two brands of soda whenever you ask them a question about it. Also, ads messages may be that if you buy a certain product, you look better, smell better, etc. But it may or may not be true, but the ads can influence your opinion and make you think that the product will be good for you in some way. So that means it's already influenced you. Another evidence that the author listed within the text was that beer commercials have led many teens to think it's okay to start drinking alcohol, which is both illegal and dangerous. And advertising also influences people to buy things that they don't really need and cannot afford. This evidence backs up the reason advertising also influences people in negative ways. It's showing how advertising influences people negatively. And therefore, it backs up the opinion of the author that states that we need to make smart decisions and not be influenced too easily by the commercials and print ads we see every day. Authors often layer the information within the text to get their point across. In this case, the evidence backed up the reasons, which also backed up the opinion. Okay, now that you've seen how to find layers of information within the text, the opinions, the reasons, and the evidence, it's going to be your turn. You're going to read the article, The Case Against Soda, and then you're going to complete the layers of information Google slide by underlining and typing in the information that you find. Whenever you're finished, you can turn that information, the layers of information chart, into your teacher.